into is advertising. Every year, hopeful advertising graduates work freelance or work for free just to get their foot in the door. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I met these two amazing ladies who refused to do that. So they opened their own company called The Factory. Now, The Factory is not an advertising agency, it's a branding company that specializes in creating visual identities. Intriguing, isn't it? Let's go see what they have to say. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you guys do and what type of people you work with?
Well, I think our original concept was there are a lot of artists in LA and they have to go to a bunch of different places to get different things. Like they have to go somewhere for their headshots and somewhere for their reel and somewhere for their business cards and resume. And we're like, we know how to do all that stuff. So let's just offer all those services and then on top of that brand them as an artist, which is huge these days. Like you have to brand yourself.
You need to stand out from the crowd, especially here where there's like all these people coming in with the same goal and you just need to stand out as an individual. So we provide that visually.
So what role has social media played in your business?
Yeah,
I think a lot of different, like that's how we get clients. That's what we use for our clients. Like it's so important to be branded across all different mediums today.
Exactly. So it's a whole lot of the usage of social media, which I love and I stress all the time.
Yeah. No, it's great because we work from our computers. So for us, it's so easy not to have to leave the office to find clients or not have to hire someone to do that. You know, we're self-sufficient in that sense.
Exactly, resourcely, which cuts your costs, which is amazing.
Because of technology, our costs, our overhead is non-existent.
So I think that the trickiest part of starting your own business, especially when you're young, is sort of the preliminary phase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How do I get started? So how do you guys get started, and what advice do you give young people who want to start their own businesses?
We're designers and we're like, how do we run a business? You know, so we're like sitting there researching like LLC, California laws. We're like, oh my god.
Well, you mentioned
plan.
business writing for dummies.
Yeah.
Which I thought, what was it called? Business plan and
Business plan writing for dummies.
which is awesome.
Yeah, I went to Borders and I'm like, I need help. So really sitting
The
there
yellow
reading
cover. We have been, criticized. We've been praised. So for everybody has a different opinion, especially in the creative field. It's very subjective.
And
very
it's like,
subjective.
You just have to believe in yourself and know what you're doing is amazing, and know that the best thing to do is invest in yourself because you know your gut and like know that nothing's impossible because you know what you want and you're gonna go after.
It sounds like a bunch of cliches like put together, but it's the truth.
So now we're in your workspace, and this is where all the magic happens, basically. So why don't you tell me, first of all, what's the deal with all the clocks?
Well, that traces again back to our school, but what it really means to us is like where every single one of our current clients are located. So when we have to get a conference call going between London, Korea, and LA, we kind of don't get the times messed up.
Right.
So you ask your clients to come to you with something that represents who they are. So can you maybe show me an example of a client who you've conceptualized all the way through?
Yeah, absolutely. Like right on the wall we have Kai and Kyle over there, and they're a DJ duo from Korea, so we wanted something that was funky but at the same time very balanced. The image that they sent us was this one over here, and they kind of wanted us to draw inspiration from it. So this is the only image we received from them, and we turned it into their current website.
To contact Jessica and Allie, you can do so at th3factory.com, or you can make good use of your social media, which you should be doing in the first place, and contact them at Jessica Mia or at Allie Cat Esterly on Twitter. I really love those shoes.
They're amazing.
Stop, Brandon, why are you laughing?